Polish citizens who were in Israel when the war broke out will be evacuated under a few conditions. They must not have Israeli citizenship and they must be visiting Israel temporarily. I found out at 7 a.m. that we were leaving and where we were going. Yesterday I called the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and they treated me very badly. They were very rude towards me. They did not give me any information. They told me to contact the embassy. Not a word of support, not a word of encouragement. I agree. I'm appalled by the embassy, which on the first day after the war broke out simply told us to fend for ourselves. The first report to the evacuation of Poles from Israel, which was under fire from Iran, appeared on Sunday. The Polish consul in Bethlehem expressed his willingness to organise such an operation. However, it was to be prepared on a commercial basis, and everyone would have to pay themselves to leave the war-torn country. Only after a wave of criticism did the Polish Ministry of Foreign Affairs announce a plan. First of all, I would like to confirm that evacuation procedures are underway, and to begin with, I would like to say that the evacuation is attracting much less interest than media reports would suggest. Based on the number of Poles registered, we have decided to use 2 aircraft. And just as the Deputy Minister announced the evacuation measures, the first Poles returned to their country. 15 Polish employees of the Polish embassy in Tel Aviv were taken from the conflict zone by Slovakian aircraft. There were 73 repatriates on the flight, 30 Slovaks, 25 of whom were tourists, and 5 employees of our embassy. The rest were citizens of Poland, the Czech Republic, Slovenia, Austria, Estonia, Spain and Malaysia who asked for our help. The failure of evacuations has drawn criticism from the Polish opposition, who were in power during Hamas's attack on Israel in October 2023 and organised the subsequent evacuations of Polish citizens. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has basic evacuation plans ready. These plans are prepared for countries that are particularly vulnerable, such as Israel, Lebanon or Iran. In 2023, after the Hamas attack, we pulled this plan out of the drawer. Of course, it had to be adapted to the circumstances, but it's not like we had to draw everything from scratch. Today's government is acting as if they were blindsided. During the Hamas attack on Israel on 7th of October 2023, aid was already on its way on day 2. But will Donald Tusk's government also manage to evacuate Polish citizens? If someone went there, essentially they did so at their own risk. Poles seeking to evacuate from Israel should, despite the minister's advice, contact the Polish consulates in Israel and demand help.